And welcome to Writer's Life, a place where we get the sight, sound, smells, taste of my particular writer's life. Where you get the truth about the writer's life. My truth, anyway. Subscribe if you haven't already. Punch the like button. The bell for notifications so you don't miss out on one single uber exciting video. So we're already down to the last week of August. Summer, she is quickly coming to an end. It was a busy summer. Lots of writing, tons of writing, lots of publishing too. So far this month, the bestseller is not The Remains, the second one, The Ashes. This is like second month in a row, I think. Then comes I think The Squatters and maybe Deranged Fan is the third place, something like that. I'm not sure. But definitely one of the best moves I made was I started branding my book covers with the Bear Media logo. It seems to be having an effect, a positive effect. I think people just naturally like branding. You know, it's like a magnet. I think, I don't know. Or maybe the words are just brilliant. They're not brilliant. I'm just out there trying to tell a good story. That's all I'm doing. Just out there trying to tell a good story, keep you entertained for a little while, maybe even help you escape. Maybe you're in a bad marriage. Maybe you hate your job. Maybe you feel stuck and like nothing's ever going to change. Maybe it's all the above. You can always pick up a book and escape, even if it's for a few hours. And that's what I try to help you do. And when I go on my adventures, I hope you live, for those of you who can't afford the time away from work to do such things, I hope you live vicariously through me. Speaking of which, I just signed on to do another Chase research project in China and Mongolia, but it's not until June 2025. The guides are not going earlier than that because I end up, I mean, it starts in Beijing, then I take the Trans-Mongolian Railroad all the way through China, out of China, into Mongolia, and I end up at this, I can't pronounce the name right now. I end up at their capital city, let's put it that way. Which looks like a nice city. I mean, it's like 1.5 million people, you know, surrounded by Mongolian mountains and deserts and all that sort of stuff. But it should be a killer. But its claim to fame is it's the coldest capital in the world. And when I go, the average temperature will be between 50 and 70. So, and I'll be camping out a lot in Mongolia, so should be quite the adventure. And Chase will get a good story out of it. So I can't wait for that one. But it's not till June. So, and I'm hoping in between I can go to Italy and stuff like that. We'll see. It's a little pricey. So maybe, you know, I might have to sacrifice Italy a little bit to do this, and then I can go to Italy in the fall of 25. We'll see. I always manage to like get it all together and find the money somehow. And I probably will this time too. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here, just a tad. And I'm probably stretching this a little bit, but as you know, RFK Jr. announced on Friday that he announced a while ago that he left the Democratic Party because, and he gave a really cool speech where he just said, look at, I'm not taking sides. Don't start throwing rocks at me. Don't YouTube. This is just entertainment. I'm just coming at this, you know, as from a writer's perspective, and I'm not even looking at it from a political perspective, really, other than I'm just paraphrasing what he said. And he said he left the party because it had become the most undemocratic party, despite its name. It's now the party of war, party of corruption, the party of censorship, the party of media bias, the party of open borders, yada yada yada, etc. And he's right. And some people are for all that. That's what they want, you know. And I think half the country wants that, to be honest. But again, that's your choice. You know, it wasn't until recently that people used to argue and not speak to one another over politics, because listen, I've been in the arts my whole life, and my dad was, and my sisters, and to a degree, and you know, we had plenty of friends, best friends, good friends that, you know, didn't believe, you know, we didn't see eye to eye in politics or whatever, but it never, you know, that's just their choice. It's just, you know, gave us stuff to talk about and to have friendly arguments about, right? And I have to also say this: when I was young, I didn't see skin color. That's something that, it wasn't until, I want to say, 2008, when a certain president was elected, that you started seeing skin color again, because suddenly people started becoming racist just because of the way their pixels of their skin, the way they were born. I don't get that one at all. So hopefully that it's all a trend, and it'll come to an end again, and people will get their heads screwed on tighter than they should. Heads will get, oh my God, take two. People will get their heads screwed on right again. But anyway, I was just thinking about Bobby Kennedy and like how cool it is. Whereas he might have easily just said, look, I'm suspending my campaign and I'm just gonna fade into the woodwork. 7 years old, good shape, but I'm 7 years old, and like, it's over, Lila, it's over. But instead, he flipped off not only his old party, who, we're still the boss of you, pal. He went against his family. He flipped off the media, the mainstream media, who he referred to as stenographers for the leftist party, and they are. And if you don't believe me, just listen, just give them a half an hour, and you'll see that they are. Which in a sense doesn't even matter anymore, because I think more people have gone to the independent news sources than ever before. It's not even like 2020. I don't think mainstream media has nearly the power that they did even 4 years ago. They still do with boomers, because boomers are old and don't know enough. You know, and I'm like right on the cusp of it, right there. So I'm not singling myself out, or I'm not singling them out. It's just that that's what they're used to. They grew up watching Walter Cronkite, and now they still turn on NBC News. That's it. It's a habit. But I love the way he's just flipped the bird at everybody, and you know, gone the other direction, and still making himself relevant. And there's a really good chance he'll be working in the White House. And I love that he's going to be working on health, because this country is getting sicker and sicker and sicker by the day. And just look at the stats. Cancer is up like 250% from even just 4 years ago. Heart disease is up like 250%, something like that. Diabetes is off the charts. It's just crazy what's happening. Our food is so bad, the processed stuff, that it's said that we consume a credit card size piece of plastic annually. And our sperm counts for us guys, some people are walking around with no live loads. They don't have a sperm count. It's almost like, you know, like something weird is really happening. Like almost like it's being done on purpose. Just to cull the population of the United States for some stupid reason. But anyway, I think, so how does this relate to the writer's life? Again, I'm a big advocate for do whatever works for you. You don't have to kiss anybody's ass. And you're in this business. You don't have to kiss any bookstore's ass. You don't have to kiss any agent's ass. You don't have to kiss any publisher's ass. You don't have to kiss any editor's ass. You could do whatever you want. There are more publishing opportunities out there now than ever before. There are more sales. There's so many sales opportunities, including direct sales now, that I'm like overwhelmed. In fact, I emailed one of my writer best friends, and I was like, dude, like, when are you gonna write the book on how to sell direct? Because I'm confused with it. There's just so many opportunities, and he led me to a couple existing books now and stuff like that. But you don't have to do what they tell you to do anymore, and you're not gonna get. Oops, there they go. You're not gonna get canceled. It's not like the old days where like you depended on the establishment for your living. It's not like that anymore. It's all done, and they know they're done, and they've known it for a long time. And you know, I could still remember the days I'd go to conferences and like it was so cliquey. Like there was like the A level, the B level, the C level, and there'd be like, you know, like bookstore owners or agents or whoever, like who wouldn't even talk to certain people because they always had the attitude like, you need us more than we need you. Ain't that way anymore. Just ain't that way anymore. You are your own industry. You are your own man. If someone's trying to screw you, fuck them and move on and be successful on your own. That's your best revenge. And that's what RFK Jr. just did. God bless him. Again, I'm not like, this isn't a political thing. I'm just taking a lesson from it. Be your own man. Be your own woman. And you'll be happy you are. Alright, so I got Sunday. Hopefully you are not watching this right now and you're enjoying yourself doing something nice. And big week coming up. Big week coming up. And then things are going to normalize. And I'll start putting out more videos. I know I keep saying it, but I'm gonna. Alright, so I got, and I will talk to you probably like Wednesday. Alright, ciao ciao.